So, Narayani Mataji is in Vrindavan Yatra.
Hare Krishna. We didn't know, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thanks. Hare Krishna. Any Matajis want to start a kirtan? Hare Krishna. Or shall I start?
Can I start?
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thanks.
Give me a minute, I'll be back. Huh? Give me a minute.
Yes, Prabhuji. Any Matajis want to do a small kirtan by the time Prabhu joins? I mean, Prabhu is there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Can I do, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Over to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Jai Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradari, Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana, 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 Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hari Ram Sankirtana ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So who is going to share the screen?
Hare Krishna. Rohini Mataji will say, share them.
Okay.
Mataji shared already. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadadi Sapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udaparagamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sagagana Raghunathan Hitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Radha Krishna Padam Sagagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langete Girim Yatkripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dienatarinam Paramanandamadam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram Nama Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshta Bodhale Srimad Jayapataka Swami Nidram Namahacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaura Katha Damadaya Nagara Grama Tarine Goduli Dusarita Komala Gopavesham Gopala Sadai Ranugamyamanam Sayandane Pratigraham Pasibandhanartham Gacchanta Achyuta Shisham Pranatosmi Nityam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Srimad Bhagavatam Canto number 4 Chapter number 5 Shloka number 1 Maitri Uvacha Bhavo Bhavan Ya Nidanam Prajapate Asakritaya Avagamya Naradat Saparshada Sainyam Tadad Varar Bhubuhi Tadad Varar Bhubihi Vidravitam Krodham Aparam Adade Maitri Uvacha Bhuvo Bhavanya Nidanam Prajapatehe Asatkritaya Varkamaya Naradhate Saparshada Sainyam Cha Advarar Bhubihi Vidravitam Krodham Aparam Adade. One more time. Maitri Uvacha Bhavo Bhavanya Nidanam Prajapatehe Asatkritaya Avagamya Naradat Saparshada Sainyam Cha Tadad Varar Bhuvihi Vidravitam Krodham Aparam Adate. Hare Krishna. Someone can read synonyms, translation, purport.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Divya Gopu Mataji, you can read the synonyms. Shilpa Mataji, you can read the translation. Purport, Prabhuji. Should we read the purport also?
Purport also, please.
Shilpa Mataji, you can read the purport also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Mataji.
Ma.
Maitreya Uvacha. Maitreya said, Bhavaha, Lord Shiva, Bhavanyah of Sati, Nidhanam, the death, Prajapateh, because of Prajapati Daksha, Asatkritayah, having been insulted, Avagamya, hearing about Naradat, from Narada, for Parshada Sainyam, the soldiers of his own associates, Cha, and Tat Advara, produced from his Daksha sacrifice. Ribhu-bhihi, by the Ribhus, Vidravitam, were driven away, Krodam, anger, Aparam, unbounded, Adade, showed. Hare Krishna. Pranam Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Maitreya said, when Lord Shiva heard from Narada that Sati, his wife, was now dead because of Prajapati Daksha's insult to her and that his soldiers had been driven away by the Ribhu demigods, he became greatly angry. Purport. Lord Shiva understood that Sati, being the youngest daughter of Daksha, could present the case of Lord Shiva's purity of purpose and would thus be able to mitigate the misunderstanding between Daksha and himself. But such a compromise was not attained, and Sati was deliberately insulted by her father by not being received properly when she visited his house without being invited. Sati herself could have killed her father, Daksha, because she is the personified material energy and has immense power to kill and create within this material universe. In the Brahma Samhita, her strength is described. She is capable of creating and dissolving many universes. But although she is so powerful, she acts under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, as his shadow. It would not have been difficult for Sati to punish her father, but she thought that since she was his daughter, it was not proper for her to kill him. Thus, she decided to give up her own body, which she had obtained from his, and Daksha did not even check her. When Sati passed away, giving up her body, the news was conveyed by Narad to Lord Shiva. Narada always carries the news of such events because he knows their import. When Lord Shiva heard that his chaste wife Sati was dead, he naturally became exceedingly angry. He also understood that Bhrigu Muni had created the Ribhu Deva demigods by uttering the mantras of the Yajur Veda, and that these demigods had driven away all his soldiers who were present in this arena of sacrifice. Therefore, he wanted to reply to this insult, and thus he decided to kill Daksha because he was the cause of the death of Sati. Hare Krishna. Pranams, Prabhuji, Dandavat
Hare
pranams.
Krishna, Ma.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
So let us get into the verse. One minute. Translation, Maitreya Muni said. So this chapter is completely the conversation between Maitreya Muni and Vidura. As we know that Vidura got out of the palace of Duryodhana because he was harshly talked about by Duryodhana, or rather mincing words of Duryodhana. Vidura felt it is not suitable for him to stay anymore there. So he set out for a yatra. So as he set out for yatra, he went to various places. First he met Uddhava, then he met Maitreya. Both these devotees had lots of instruction and knowledge from Lord Sri Krishna before the Lord planned to leave the earth planet and move on to his abode. So this way, Maitreya imparted so much of wonderful knowledge to Vidura. So that's why it is addressed here, Maitreya Vacha. So Maitreya, he was narrating the story of Daksha and Lord Shiva, and as well as the part of it, Sati, how he left her body. So as we see here, the previous chapters also, we can understand Sati is none other than the Shakti or the external energy of the Supreme Lord. She is also called as Parvati. In the Bhagavatam, when Krishna entrusted some seva, she did it perfectly. That is called transferring the Lord Balrama from the womb of Devaki to Rohini. Here did another seva also by appearing in the home of Yashoda, and again he was transferred to the Mathura. So this way, Sati is very powerful, and she can create and she can destroy also, because the Lord empowered her with so many things, and she was given the most important responsibility to retain the jivas that are completely into sense gratification and others. So she created this Karagraha or prison, and they are imprisoned. Those who are having the desire to have sense enjoyment, right? They will be here. Those who catches the lotus feet of Krishna, they can get out of this. That's why in the Bhagavatam, when Sati or Shakti was external energy was created, the Lord said, "You will be glorified on the surface of the earth with so many names." What is that? So Namadeyani Kurvanti Sthanani cha Narabhuvi Durgeti Bhadrakali Vijaya Vaishnavi cha Kumuta Chandika Krishna Madhavi Kannaketi cha Maya Narayani Shani Saradeti Ambike. So 14 different names. So here Sati is powerful and she can do anything. When Lord Shiva stopped her from going to father's house function, she was not listening. And in fact, she took permission, she tried to take permission from Lord Shiva, which was refused. Because Lord Shiva understood this Daksha is crazy. It's very difficult to correct him at this stage. Because in the previous occasion also, Daksha cursed Lord Shiva. But Lord Shiva could have again counter-cursed. But being a pure Vaishnava, he kept cool. He did not make any further issues of that. See, this is what very important now. These are the learnings from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So in our satsang also, somebody is slightly angry and starts shouting. The others should not start also. Then it becomes a chaos. So this way, Lord Shiva was patiently coming back without uttering anything. He could have cursed back or he could have done anything to Daksha. Daksha is a Prajapati. Unfortunately, he lost his position because he did not maintain what he is for. He is meant for creating progenies and maintaining it, right? But he messed out everything. So when his daughter Sati was leaving her body in front of him into the fire, he was just watching it. He didn't even bother to protect. As a daughter, he should go and save her. So, but he has not done it. So this position is lost. So this sort of a message, when it was received by Lord Shiva exceedingly angry. Why the word exceedingly written? Because this Daksha was given a reprieve in the first occasion, though he behaved badly, though he cursed Lord Shiva. But the occasion, again, the second occasion, he started disrespecting and started abusing also. So this sort of things cannot be done. Especially in this verse, the message was carried by Narada Muni to Lord Shiva. So when we say that, there are ways of communicating. There are nowadays in the office they are telling communication skills. So all these communication skills, where does it come from? Our scriptures. But unfortunately, when it goes to corporate and other things, it is messed up. So they look for only business people. They never look for any sadhus. So that we have to understand, as a devotee in the ISKCON, we must know how to deal with others, how to talk to others, where to use, how to use. So it is called real intelligence. Because Manusmriti explains this so wonderfully. Let us get into that, what it is, then we'll get to today's shloka. So Manusmriti, what does it say? Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat, na bruyat satyam apriyam, priyam cha nanurtam bruyat, yesha dharma sanatana. When we talk about Sanatana, there are lots of atheists. Now they are not able to tolerate. But our Dharma is always Sanatana. It cannot be destroyed. Okay. So this way, what does it say? Dharma Sanatana, our Dharma, our religion, what does it speak? This is what? What it speaks? Satyam Bruyat. Always speak the truth. Very difficult in Kali Yuga, that too in the corporate when we work for. Then Priyam Bruyat. Then it says, pleasantly speak. That's also very difficult. We are used to start with harsh words, mincing words, right? So where is the question of priyam bruyat, right? Speak pleasantly. Then what does it say? Na bruyat satyam apriyam. Then do not reveal, do not speak the truth in an unpleasant manner. That's very important. It may be truth, but how to present it, that's very important. It cannot be in an unpleasant manner because it will hurt others. So that's why in olden days, parents, when they correct their children, they may not use stick or anything, hitting another thing. Nowadays, it's impossible. But the way they tell their children, they have to get it rightly. That is the intelligence in that. So sometimes we say, when you insert a needle into the banana, is it feeling? You can feel that? No. Slightly, gently goes into. Similarly, in those days, my parents, especially my father, used to say certain things in such a way. So that we will understand and realize it. So this way, what does it say? Do not speak the truth in an unpleasant manner. Then what does it say? Priyam cha nanritam bruyat. Sometimes asatyam or untruth may be pleasant, but never to speak of it. Because it's always dangerous and inviting sin when we speak the untruth. Right? So just to please others, we make funny things, imaginative things, and speak untruths. That's also an offense. It invites sin. Finally, what does it say? Yesha dharma sanatana. So this is the righteous. Righteous means the most adorable. Always, ever always, the path one has to follow. Clear? So with that, we can get back to that verse. What does it say? Why this was told? Because Narada is an expert, I was telling, right? When he expressed the truth, what is the truth? It is Sati was dead, no more. So, and interestingly, Prajapati was the root cause because he insulted her so badly. First of all, he did not invite both of them as daughter and son-in-law. Above all, when she wanted to go on question, he was not liking it. He was talking all nonsenses. Above all, Lord Shiva did not send his wife alone. This is a very important thing. See, our Dharma explains, when a girl is born, it has to be under the care of father till marriage. The moment she gets married, it is under the care of husband. Then, once the husband is no more, the mother is under the care of the son. So here also, Lord Shiva knew the situation and what is going to happen to Sati. He sent all his teams, right? Ganas. So when they also went along with Sati, this crooked Daksha, what did he do? He called out Bhrigu. Bhrigu is a powerful sage. Unfortunately, he's on the wrong side. Then what did he do? He created with his mantra powers Devatas. And what are the names? Ribu. So this means Bhrigu has got hours to the Lord Shiva. Okay. So this way he is going to behave like that, and he created this. And what happened exactly means when this Ribu was created with all his soldiers, immediately they started insulting. Not only that, they chased away the Rudra Ganas who had accompanied Sati. Because Sati is no more, and his Gana, all the Lord Shiva's assistants, they are also chased out. So that means Daksha is so crazy to the extreme and the obsession, we say that, like that he was having had hatred to the core. So first he disrespected first he cursed, then he disrespected by not inviting. When they came in person, he did not know how to invite a guest or daughter. So that is also there. So we can go on taking lots of criticism of Daksha because that much he was bad. So this occasion, so the Ribhu chased away all these things. Because of all these incidences, Lord Shiva became furious. So let us get into the purport. Lord Shiva understood the Sati, being the youngest daughter of Daksha, could present the case of Lord Shiva's purity of the purpose, and thus would be able to mitigate the misunderstanding between Daksha and himself. See, when Sati was all the way going to Daksha's place for what? Being wife, being a bridge to the families, she was trying to do something so that that discrepancy between Daksha and her husband can be nullified. But unfortunately, all his efforts became waste. So Lord Shiva thought he will be able to do that. Because why? The reason is it's mentioned here, the youngest of the Daksha. What is special of the youngest child in the family? It says generally they pamper so much. The last child. So this way he thought Daksha would correct himself, as Sati will be explaining about the purity of Lord Shiva. Because Daksha had a misconception. That is the problem. Even if you look at it, no, there is lots of misconception with Daksha. See, being a Prajapati, what was the responsibility given by Brahma to Daksha? Because he has to create the progeny, he has to maintain. He should not be partial or he should not be so cruel to their prajas. So this Prajapati is nothing but a king type, right? So he should do that. But unfortunately, he did this to his own daughter. So when we see this type of incidents, it hurts our heart in the bottom. Why? Because after begetting a child, after begetting a daughter, so wonderful, so beautiful, because Bhagavatam explains Parvati is very beautiful features. So this way, how come this Daksha was able to tolerate it? How come he was able to watch it? See, this is a cruel method. That's why he is going to be punished. And who is going to take that job? Lord Shiva, none other than. Because he lost his wife and he is broken. But he is not broken. He is full of anger. So he is to display or he has to do all that he can do to retaliate. That's why it was mentioned the Sati herself could have been killed by her father. Sorry, Sati herself could have killed. So what does it say? Sati is so powerful, just I was explaining before. Sati could herself, because she is very powerful, she creates as well as she is also destroying. So then Brahma Samhita explains this, let us get into that little later. So here what the purport says, Prabhupada says, Sati could have killed her own father, but she did not do that. Because this is a very important aspect in life. See, a son might kill father, but a daughter will not. This is the nature's arrangement. Generally, father's love and affection flows towards daughters, and mother's love and affection flows towards the son. So this way, Lord Shiva never thought, this Daksha would be watching this whole calamity. But he was so cruel, right? So this way, as we see that here, Daksha is a personified, one minute. In Brahma Samhita, her strength is described. She is capable of creating and dissolving many universes. So what is the verse? Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha. What's the verse? Anybody can chant it fully. Hare
सृष्टि
Krishna.
स्थिति साधन रेखा छाये यस्य भुवनानि बिभर्ति दुर्गा इच्छानुरूप
यस्य प्रचेष्टते सा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषम् अहं भजामि.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we can see here the same description is given from that verse, and what Prabhupada explains further is her strength is so powerful, Srishti, because he can create. Pralaya, he can annihilate. So both ways she is powerful. But what she is to do, she has to act under the instructions of Krishna. Because Chayeva Yasya Bhavanani. Chaya means what? Shadow. So he is the shadow of Lord Krishna. So she cannot. So it would have been difficult for Sati to punish her father. But she thought that since she was the daughter, it was not proper to kill him. See, he is capable of, but she reprimanded him. What is it? Reprimanded. So, thus she decided to give up her own body, which she obtained from him and Daksha, or from him, the Daksha, and did not even check her. See, I'll tell you, there are two instances, lots of philosophy in that. See, one thing is, it is explained here, right in front of the eyes of father, daughter is destroying herself into the fire. And the Prajapati, as a Prajapati, he should do his duty. What is that? To stop her or protect her. He didn't even check her. Check her means stop her. So that means such a cruel fellow, right? And interestingly, the other philosophy part of it is, since Sati could not go and kill his father because being a daughter. Again, what the next level she took step, this is what the Vaishnavi or a Vaishnava always means. So what she felt, see, I will not be able to kill my father because my father abused my husband. And at the same time, I cannot listen to this. I cannot hear this. So what best is, the body belongs to my father. So I don't want to carry this body anymore, which is full of sin. Why? Listen, try to understand. Because father is a sinful person. So he gave me this body. Let me destroy it. What is the idea behind it? She will come back again. She did not want to continue with his father's body. That means there will be some debt will be there. So she wanted to clear that. So this is the way she is respecting her husband. Right? So this way, the decision taken by Sati was perfectly correct. Because if you look at the Shastras, there are so many wonderful instructions. Especially when we talk about Ninda, right? In our 10 offense, what do we say? Do not blaspheme a devotee who has taken the service of preaching and sacrificing his life entirely. That means that particular devotee is a pure Vaishnava, right? And interestingly, it's a very important instruction from the Shastra. What does it say? A person highly devoted, right? If he happens to hear or see something grossly against the laws, he should not wait. And similarly, if somebody is abusing Lord Sri Krishna or the Vaishnavas, he cannot also keep quiet. So under these circumstances, how to handle the situation? That's always coming, right? Because many times we are confused. And moreover, presently, when we see this Kali Yuga, it is extremely pathetic. Because if somebody is hurting or killing another one, somebody takes a video. How hard their heart is. How stone heart they have. Right? Is it that mind is not, or the heart is not melting? Somebody is being killed and you are watching it and taking a video. So these are the pathetic conditions of Kali Yuga. But let us go back to the instructions of the Shastra. What does it say? So 3 things should be done. What are they? If somebody abuses Lord Sri Krishna, that person should be either defeated by his argument. Whose argument? By the devotee's argument. So he cannot simply listen to that because he is abusing the Supreme Lord whom we are worshipping so much. So what we should do? 3 things can be done. 1, it says, try to win over him by your wonderful explanation and argument and defeat him thoroughly. Clear? Then what does it say? If you are not able to do that, finish him off. What does it say? Kill him. Right? What does it say? Kill him. If that is also not possible for you, before he starts the abuse, leave the place. This is a very important thing. Have you understood the points? Either defeat him with your words, otherwise, when the incident happened also, you try to stop that killing. The second thing is, when you're not able to defeat with your words, right, what is the next thing you have to do? You have to destroy yourself. Because you are helpless. You cannot do anything. That's the only thing you can do. So it's a sacrifice. The third one is, before he starts abusing, leave the place. That's why sometimes what we do, this sort of a situation, one should be very wise enough to handle that. Because in another faith, we have heard about, if somebody abuses the God, they try to finish that person. Right? But in our Dharma also, it is also mentioned. 3 things are allowed. So I hope so you all got that point, what I explained now. Clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
So as we see here, Sati did the best. So he left her body, and interestingly, when she did that, it was very, very in a sorrowful mood. Everybody was, because this is Daksha who is behaving like this. On top of it, Bhrigu did something worse than this. Bhrigu is a Brahmana, even Daksha is a Brahmana, unfortunately. That's what in the purport also Prabhupada will further explain about that. These are all the so-called Brahmanas. So that way Daksha behaved, and Bhrigu, what did he do now? He is having so much of envy on Lord Shiva, right? What did he do now? He created a set of army of devatas. And the head is, who is that called? His name is what? His name is Ribu. That Ribu driven away all the soldiers of Lord Shiva. So insult to her and his soldiers had been driven away. So this way, again, Lord Shiva is more angry. See, I'll tell you, the Brahmanas, when they use their mantra powers, they sometimes misuse it, right? So you can see that this Shukracharya, right? What did he do? He gave back life to Bali Maharaj, right? And he created a situation such a way, everybody is chased away from the heavenly planets. Similarly, you know the story of Tishta, the father of, what is his name? Suddenly, that is assistant of Brihaspati. What is his name? Vishwarupa, correct, I got it. Vishwarupa. So, the father of Vishwarupa was very angry towards Indra because Indra crookedly killed Vishwarupa. Though he learned so many things, what is that called? Narayana Kavacha, everything. He killed him. Already he disrespected his Guru Brihaspati, right? That is one aparat. The next aparadha he committed is he appointed the assistant of Brahaspati, that is Vishwarupa, son of Trishta. He learnt the Narayana Kavacha and he finished it. So, furious on this, his father, Vishwarupa's father, Trishta, what did he do? He created a yajna and the mantras were not spelled properly, and Daman came. Who is that? Vritrasura. So, like that, here, Bhrigu created someone who can chase away all the Rudra Ganas. So, this way he behaved. Further in the purport, what it is explained here, when Sati passed away, giving up her body, the news was conveyed by Narada to Lord Shiva. Because Narada is an expert how to import. Right? Because these are the things which I already explained from the Manusmriti, right? So Narada can convey it in such a sweet manner and at the same time make others completely understand the situation. So he carried the news of such events because he's an expert. Not one occasion, there are so many occasions. You might be knowing, no? Narada carried the message to Kamsa. Narada carried the message to Hiranyakasipu, like that, because he can go to any corner of the creation. So Lord Shiva heard that and he became exceedingly angry. It's bound to be, right? He also understood that Bhrigu Muni had created the Rigudeva. Entering mantras of the Yajurveda. See, Vedas have got all the powers. That's why it's called as Karma Kanda. That's why in our 10 offense also, one should not get into the Karma Kanda. Because even in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Vedesya sarva ahame vedi. It's meant for learning me only, to surrender to me. But unfortunately, people to take up Veda studies and get stuck in the Karma Kanda. They don't go beyond that. Sometimes they get stuck in the Jnana Kanda also. Like that. But unfortunately, nobody goes to the top most of the Vedas. So this way, Lord Shiva became very furious. Therefore, he wanted to reply to this insult, and thus he decided to kill Daksha because he was the cause of the death of his wife Sati. Okay, so moving on to the shloka next.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Vasudha Mataji, you can read the shloka.
No, I will
Sunita
read the
Mataji.
shloka. Mataji, I will
Okay,
read the
Prabhu.
shloka. They can
Yes,
read
Prabhu.
synonyms, translation, and purport.
Okay, Prabhuji. Sure,
Okay.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Because these are all little lengthy shlokas. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Kruddha सुदष्टोष्ट पुटः सधूर जटीर जटाम थडिद्वन्नि सटोग्र रोचिषम् उत्कृत्य रुद्र सहसोत्थितो हसन् गंभीरनादो विससर्ज तांभुवि क्रुद्ध सुदष्टोष्टो पुटः सधूर्जटिः जटां तडिद्वन्नि सठोग्ररोचिषम् उत्कृत्य रुद्रः सहसोस्थितो हसन् गंभीरनादो विससर्ज तांभुवि. If somebody wants to read this sloka, no problem, you can read it also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Vasudha Mataji, you want to read the shloka?
Okay, Mataji. As per
Yes. Yes, Mataji.
Hare-
Then Kripamai Mataji can read the synonyms and Sunita Mataji can read the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. क्रुद्ध सुदस्तोस्तपतो सधूर्जते जतां तदिद्वह्नि सतोग्ररोचिसम् उत्कृत्य रुद्र सहसोत्थितो हसन् गम्भीरनादो विससर्जतां भुवि. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dandatam Prabhuji, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Synonyms. Kruddaha, very angry. Sudasta Astaputa. Pressing his lips with his teeth.
Mataji, 1 minute. 1 minute. See, I'll tell you, when T below dot, it is ta. Sudashta, Oshta, then Putaha. Similarly, also, later on, if you see further, Satogra.
Satogra.
Jatam Tadit. D below dot is
Yes.
yeah.
Sutta Sudasta Putaha, pressing his lips with the steel. Saha, he, the Lord Shiva, Daha Jati, having a cluster of hair on his head, Jatam on hair, Tadit of electricity, Vakini of fire, Sota of flame, Ugra terrible, Rochicham blazing, Woodkriya snatching, Rudraha Lord Shiva, Sagasa at once, Sagasa at once, Uthita stood up, Hasan laughing, Kambira deep, Nadaha sound, Visva Sarga, Sarja dashed, Tam that hair, Puvi on the ground. Thank you, Prabhuji. Mataji, thank you.
Hare Krishna, translation by Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. Thus Lord Shiva, being extremely angry, pressed his lips with his teeth and immediately snatched from his head a strand of hair which blazed like electricity or fire. He stood up at once, laughing like a madman, and dashed the hair to the ground.
Hare Krishna. See, I tell you, Lord Shiva is a Gunavatar. So from Brahma's forehead, he came. While coming itself, he was crying. And he came in the Tamoguna. And he gets angry extremely here. That means, imagine such a insult and injustice has been done to him by Daksha. In general, when we look at Lord Shiva, we call him as what? Param Vaishnava. Yata Shambhu. Vaishnavana Yata Shambhu. And in addition to that, Lord Shiva has got another special qualification. He is also called as Asutosh. What is that Asutosh? Immediately pleased. But unfortunately, his anger was provoked to the extreme by the act of one, Daksha, and number two, the Bhrugumuni. So this way, when the message was received, naturally, he will be very angry. The another reason behind it is, we know the story, right? Between Lord Shiva and Sati, how their affection towards each other. That's why Lord Shiva is so affectionate to her, though he stopped her, though he cautioned her, though he also warned her not to go to Daksha's place, irrespective of the disrespect given to them. But Sati was very furious because he wanted to defend her husband and teach a lesson to her father. That's what the argument when we look at the previous chapter. But interestingly, here we have to understand Lord Shiva is so affectionate, half of his body was given to her. Many of you know that, right? Hare Krishna.
No,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Ardhanarishwara.
Very nice. Krishnamurti Prabhu, wonderful.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah. So Ardhanarishwara, because half woman, half man. So Lord Shiva gave half of her Ardhangi. That's the reason Ardhangini we say that, no? How we say that Ardhangini? Because of that. So this way, Lord Shiva is so affectionate towards her. So there is a temple in Tamil Nadu. I do not know how many have visited. A very, very olden temple, very oldest temple. The temple is called as Tiruchengodu. It is somewhere near Karur, I think so, if I remember right. This place, the temple deity will be half Shakti, half Shiva. So Ardhanarishwara temple. It's a very famous temple. So this way, and Lord Shiva became extremely angry because of all these reasons, as I explained. And what did he do now? Press his lips with his teeth. This we can see, many of us do it. Because unable to control the anger, right? And especially nowadays, people in general get provoked for nothing. The reason is because Bhagavatam explains. What is that? Prayena alpaisha sabyaho kalo asmin ige janaha mandaha sumanda matayu. They are dull-headed. They do all these things because of that. But here, Lord Shiva did it because it's happening to him for the second time. He could not order. So it's a genuine one. Lord Shiva did this, right? He got angry. So he pressed his lips with his teeth. That means he exhibits his anger so much. And immediately snatched from his head a strand of hair which blazed like electricity or a fire. See, imagine while the anger is exhibited in our body also, there are so many changes. Is it good for us to get angry and furious? Hare Krishna.
No,
No,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
Or what is the impact of it? Quickly on the health.
It burns us, Prabhuji.
Our blood pressure
More
goes up and
Oh.
it leads to another complication. So medically also we should not get angry. Krodhat bhavati. What is that?
Sammoha,
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 smriti vibramaha. You lose your. So our scriptures are very clear and it's all talking about all type of medicines. But unfortunately, we go to a doctor and check up all these things. There is no need for it. How to control anger, how to keep ourselves fit. These are the things which is explained already in our Puranas. Okay, so coming back to this, and what did he do? He plucked or snatched, and a bunch of hairs came. And what it is doing? It comes like a fiery fire, and it is producing so much of electricity. He stood up at once, laughing like a madman. Right? He goes to the extreme, and this is what it is explained, madman, and dashed the hair to the ground, and he hit it on the floor. When he hit it on the floor, comes the Veerabahu, correct?
Virabhadra.
Veerabhadra.
Oh, sorry,
Veerabhadra.
Veerabhadra. That comes in the next shloka. So here, one important thing. The same thing, similar situation happened also before. Anybody knows which occasion? Who did like that?
Durvasa Muni.
Very good. On what occasion?
When he wanted to defeat this Ambarish Maharaj Prabhuji.
He got angry with Ambarish. Thank you so much, Mataji. Good. Very nice. So, same situation, he also created a demon, but unfortunately, he did a Vaishnava aparadh, so that demon was killed by Sudarshana Chakra. So wonderful it is. So, let us try to see, this is what, whenever we read, these are the lessons for us, and we try to recollect this because we apply it in our life. This is very important. Bhagavatam is not only reading purpose, it has to be applied in our life. This is a very important. Okay. Coming on to the next shloka. Mataji, up to 5 shlokas, right?
Hare Krishna, Meenakshi Mataji.
Mataji, up to 5 shlokas, right?
Prabhuji, I do not have the idea of that, Prabhuji. I'm sorry.
1 minute. I think she has
Meenakshi
said it.
Mataji.
One
Hare
minute.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
1 minute.
How
One
many
minute.
shlokas, Mataji?
Oh, okay, Prabhuji. I'll just check and tell you in a minute, Prabhuji.
No. I am checking it. No need. Leave it. I got it. She says 1 to 5. Okay. We are in the 3rd shloka because I am looking at the time. I am running out of time. That's the reason I wanted to. Okay. So moving on to shloka number 3. Tatotikayas tanuvas prashan divam sahasrabahur ganadruk Trisurya Drik. You can understand, na? Trisurya Drik. 3 sun has come out like that. Okay. Karaladam Shru, Jwaladagni, Murdajaha, Kapalamali. Kapalamali means what? Mala he is wearing. What is the mala? It's made up of heads. Kapalamali, Vividod, Yathad Yudaha. One more time I'll read it. Tatoti kayas tanuvas prashan divam sahasrabahur ganadruk त्रिसूर्यदृक् करालदंशो ज्वलदग्नि मूर्धजः कपालमाली विविधोद yatayudah. Okay, somebody can do it.
Hare Krishna. Kusumlata Mataji, you can read the synonyms. Krishnamurti Prabhu, you can read the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Ma.
Synonyms by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Tataha, at this time, Atikaha Kaya, a great personality, Virabhadra, Tanuva, with his body, Sprism, touching, Divam, the sky, Sahasha, 1,000, Batuha, arms, Ghanaruk, of black color, three Suryadrik, as bright as 3 suns, combined, Karala Damshrataha, having very fearful teeth, Jwalat Agni, like burning fire, Murdhajaha, having hair on his head, Kapala
Mali.
Kapala Mali, garlanded with men's heads, Vividha, various kinds, Udyata, appraised, Ayudha, equipped with weapons. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Ma.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Pranams Prabhuji, Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu.
Translation by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki jai. A fearful black demon, as high as the sky and as bright as 3 suns combined, was thereby created. His teeth were fearful and the hairs on his head like burning fire. He had thousands of arms, equipped with various weapons, and he was garlanded with the heads of men. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Pranams Prabhuji.
Now we can understand the fury of Lord Shiva is exhibited here. How? Because he created another being which is having so much dreadful look, and whoever sees, he will be completely scared. Such a powerful demon was created. See, this is the power of demon. Means, imagine the Lord's power is unlimited. This is what we have to understand. See, when we talk about Hiranyakashipu, he had so much of power, right? We saw that he did tapasya, he did so many things, even Ravana too, right? But unfortunately, all this power of the demons are nothing in front of the Lord's power, right? We can have a very good example because we are in the Kartik month, we are reading so many Bhalalila of Lord Sri Krishna, and at all times, Lord Shiva also created a powerful person. And what is interesting is here this demon is so dangerous to look because it's so high and so bright and so furious, and it is having all type of weapons. And interestingly, what is wearing? Heads of so many men. That means the demon is all waiting to attack whoever comes across. So Virabhadra went to the arena. That we are going to look at it, the later stage of the slokas. Okay. So moving on to the next one. Shloka number 4. Tam kim karomiti granantam aha baddhanjalim bhagavan bhutanataha. You can understand, right? Bhutanataha means who is that? Lord Shiva, Bhagavan. He is addressed as possessor of opulence. Not the entire opulence like Lord Sri Krishna. Okay, try to understand that. Because the address is given Bhagavan. For Narada also we address as Bhagavan. Okay. But the Bhagavan address fully is for Sri Krishna. Okay. Daksham cha yajnam jahimat bhatanam tvam agrani rudra bhata. Sorry. Batam Shako me. Okay, somebody can read the rest.
Padma Mataji, you can read the synonyms. Sharmila Mataji, you can read the translation. And Rishabhanu
Hare
Mataji, you can
Krishna.
read the part. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Come to him. Virabdha. Kim, what? Karomi shall I do? Iti thus. Granantam asking. Aha ordered. Baddha Anjalim with folded hands. Bhagavan, the possessor of all opulences, Lord Shiva. Bhutanatha, the Lord of the ghosts. Daksham, Daksha. Sa Yajnam, along with his sacrifice. Jahi kill. Mat Batanam, of all my associates. Twam, you. Agrani, the chief. Rudra, O Rudra. Bhatta, O expert in battle. Amshaka, born of my body, me, my. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When the gigantic demon asked with folded hands, "What shall I do, my Lord?" Lord Shiva, who is known as Bhutanatha, directly ordered, "Because you are born from my body, you are the chief of all my associates. Therefore, kill Daksha and his soldiers at the sacrifice." Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shilpa Mataji, you can read the purport, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Here is the beginning of the competition between Brahma Tejas and Shiva Tejas. By Brahma Tejas' Brahminical strength, Bhrigu Muni had created the Ribu demigods who had driven away the soldiers of Lord Shiva stationed in the arena. When Lord Shiva heard that his soldiers had been driven away, he created the tall black demon Veerabhadra to retaliate. There is sometimes a competition between the mode of goodness and the mode of ignorance. That is the way of material existence. Even when one is situated in the mode of goodness, there is every possibility that his position will be mixed with or attacked by the mode of passion or ignorance. This is the law of material nature. Although pure goodness or Shuddha Sattva is the basic principle in the spiritual world, pure manifestation of goodness is not possible in this material world. Thus, the struggle for existence between different material qualities is always present. This quarrel between Lord Shiva and Bhrigu centering around Prajapati Daksha, is the practical example of such competition between the different qualitative modes of material nature. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu Pranam.
So
Thank you,
immediately one can remember when we read that purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains there is always a competition between these three gunas. When Sattva tries to uprise, immediately Tamo and Rajo will try to pull it down. Similarly, when Rajo takes its strength to go up, then Sattva and Tamo pulls it down. Similarly, Tamo, like that. There is always a constant tussle between these three gunas. That's why what is that? Bhagavan says, what is that? The gunas cannot be overtaken by anyone. Devi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durakteya. Mameveya Prapadyanti. That is the word we have to understand. That's why the purport also, in the spiritual world alone, the Shuddha Sattva can be seen or the pure goodness can be seen. It cannot manifest in this material world at all. That's why when the Lord and his pure devotees, they come, they are unaffected by the three gunas. This is a very important lesson. Very important lesson. Because the Lord comes and he comes as he is. Because he is Satchidananda Vigraha. Right? So naturally, the gunas cannot touch him. But otherwise, in this material world, it is always a tussle between these two. So one side, Bhrigu, other side, Lord Shiva. And in between, who is that? Prajapati. So as we see in the translation, we can see the gigantic demon was folded hands requesting, what should I do? And what he said, go and kill him. And his soldiers also at the same. So this is what the instruction. Then finally, the last shloka in this verse. Agyapta yevam kupitena manyuna sadeva devam Parichakrame vibhum mene tadhatmanam asanga ramhasa mohiyasam mahiyasam tata saha sahishnunam sahishnum. Somebody can read that.
Hare Krishna. Sunita
Yeah.
Mataji, you can read the synonyms. Rishabhanu Mataji, you can read the translation. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Agnaptaha being ordered evam in this manner, Kupitena angry, Manyuna by Lord Shiva, who is anger personified, Taha he, Virabhadra, Deva Devam, he who is worshipped by the demigods, Parichakrame, circumambulated, Vibhum, Lord Shiva, Mene, considered, Tada at the time, Atmanam himself, Asanga Ramsaha, Ramhasa, with the power of Lord Shiva that cannot be opposed, Mahiyasam, of the most powerful, Tata, my dear Vidura, Saha, strength, Sahishnum, capable of coping.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam. Maitri continued, my dear Vidura, and that black person was the personified anger of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he was prepared to execute the order of the Lord Shiva, thus considering himself capable of coping with any power offered against him. He circumambulated Lord Shiva. Hare Krishna.
See here, it's mentioned, Maitreya continued, my dear Vidura, that black person was the personified anger of the Supreme Lord. That means here the anger personified is explained here as the black person. And he was prepared to execute the orders of Lord Shiva, thus considering himself capable of copying with his power offered against him. See, he circumambulated Lord Shiva. So that means one should understand the anger is so powerful and it can do any damage. So Virabhadra is of that type. And what is mentioned here, Deva Devam. Who is that? He who is worshipped by the Devatas. That's why it is written here, personality of Godhead, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that means the anger portion of the Lord comes in the form of the black person. Do not get mixed up. Personified means it is a portion of the Supreme Lord's anger. So what does it do? It is circumambulating and prepared to execute the orders of Lord Shiva. Clear? Hare Krishna. With that, we can stop here. Any questions, any doubts?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Pranams to you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, your video is not on, Prabhuji.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
It's
Any
raining
Mataji
heavily
for
here.
Prabhuji?
That's why I was peeping to see how much is raining. It is because I have got another program at 11:30. I have to drive for some distance. Okay.
Is it okay to take questions, Prabhuji, then?
Yeah, one or two we can do it. Not okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Padma Mataji, you can ask Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. In the first text, they say about this Brigumuni had created Ribhu. They were demigods. Are they different demigods to normal demigods, or there are some special demigods?
Yeah. It is exclusively as an army. That's why I use the word army.
Okay, it's called army.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
You're welcome.
I was a bit confused.
Because I'll tell you, whenever the Devas to fight with the Asuras, they have their own army also. Devas. Is it clear?
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Okay, welcome. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Divya Gopu Mataji, you can ask Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, my question is, from this entire incident, what is that we are supposed to learn, Prabhu? Like one is we shouldn't do Vaishnava Prats. And one is, I mean, when we have to react, or we have when when somebody is doing Vaishnava Aparadh, what we are supposed to do. That is one thing.
Yeah.
And Shiva, so does this incident teach us that, we have to react when things are going in a wrong way?
Yeah.
Should
Good.
we need to use, should
Yeah.
anger be one of the things?
It has to be utilized when it is required.
Okay.
We have to use it wisely. That's very important. See, anger is meant, it is a type of one, which is also meant. That's why at the 5th verse it is mentioned personified supreme. That means it is required. Okay. So coming back to that, I explained to you 3 points, right? When aparadh happens, right, to the Lord or the Lord's devotee, 3 things I told you. Remember, right?
Yes.
So that is we have to observe because the Shastra explains. Either you defeat him or destroy yourself, or the third thing is get out of the place. That's very important. Clear? That's one point. Then another thing is there are another few lessons also, Mataji. One is the tolerance of Lord Shiva on the first occasion, right? You must remember the first 1 or 2 chapters. It is explained. This Daksha cursed Lord Shiva because that much was the bad act of Daksha. So he tolerated. But again, he is pouring some more oil to the fire by insulting, not inviting him for the yajna. And on top of it, what else he did? He was watching his daughter being destroyed. So all these things put together, Lord Shiva cannot wait anymore. It's rightly, correctly, what Shiva said is, or did is right. This is what you have to understand. So anger has to be utilized at the right place. Moreover, being a Prajapati, he is supposed to protect, but unfortunately, that position was lost by Daksha. That's why he has finished. So again, after the curse and after all those things, you know the story, right? The same Daksha comes back again in the 6th canto of the Bhagavatam. Everybody knows that, right? Same Daksha.
Faintly, I know, Prabhu, because he gets a goat's head.
Yeah. So he comes back again and he beget 10,000 children and Narada make all of them devotees. Again, he beget another 1,000. He made them all devotees, Narada. Then again, Daksha cursed Narada. Like that it happened. It's very interesting. See, I'll tell you, these things happen. It's all lessons for us. Not that one should mistake it, why they are like this. But Lord Shiva's act here is perfect. Okay?
Okay.
The lessons are one has to tolerate, at the same time one has to use the anger when it is really required. They cannot keep quiet.
Okay.
And Sati also did the right thing because her husband was abused by her father. She could not tolerate him because she could not kill him being a daughter. Right? Understood? All these the lessons are there in sequence.
Prabhuji, one thing more, he was also envious of Lord Shiva, no? Daksha.
Undoubtedly.
Daksha was envious of Lord Shiva.
Undoubtedly.
Prabhu, so materially we should never be angry. Only when some Vaishnava aparadhs happen or anything, then only you use your anger wisely.
Exactly.
That is overall. Okay. Okay, Prabhu.
Clear.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Shilpa Mataji, you can ask Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, here do we understand that Daksha as a Brahmana is again coming and doing all these, is this called a Leela? Is he coming and doing all this on the guidance of under Krishna Prabhu? Or
No, Mataji, I'll tell you one thing. See, certain things happen based on the cycle of the yugas. So, and the Lord wants all these things to happen, but everybody cannot take it as the Leela, because then they take the cover of Leela and do so many things. This is to be understood very clearly. Is it clear? Because many people say, Hari Icha, I will come to the program. What is that? Hari Icha. That means they will not take efforts. That's not the case. So here also, somebody go and kill somebody and they say, oh, it's Leela. No, that's what it's understood.
so is this, how do we understand this? Daksha did all this
Yeah, it's arrangements of the Lord, no doubt about it, no doubt about it, but cannot be called as a Leela.
Okay. It is
That's why it's
arrangement of the Lord,
arrangements.
and it is
It's,
happening
it's an
under
arrangement.
God's
I never
will,
said
right?
past tense. It's the arrangements of the Lord. That's it.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have a
Thank you.
small doubt, Prabhuji. In the translation of the fifth shloka, it is given like it is the anger of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So I just wanted to know, it is Lord Shiva getting angry.
Okay,
So,
okay. See, here, what is written there, Mataji? Read that word.
Maitreya continued, my dear Vidura, the black person was the personified anger of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Shri Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that's it.
Still, I am not able to
I'll tell
understand,
you.
Prabhu.
The Lord gets angry on a few occasions. You know that, right? What are they? When his devotees are
Offending
Devotees
devotees.
are-
clear.
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's it. This entire Mahabharata is exclusively that one, right? The anger of the Lord, exhibited in a different way through Arjuna. That's it.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare
Now we
Krishna.
have the Damodar Ashtakam, Prabhuji. Shall we end the session, Prabhuji?
You carry on because I have to go for another program. I said no, another
Okay,
Damodar.
okay, Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha
Okay, thank
patitanam
you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Somebody is calling. I will move on.
Namo Namaha.
Ananta Koti
Anand
Vaishnava
Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai,
Vrinda
Srila
Ki jai.
Prabhupada ki
Srimad
jai,
Bhagavatam
Srimad
ki jai.
Bhagavatam ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to
Hare
you,
Krishna,
Prabhuji. Thank you
Prabhu.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Hare
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Sunita Mataji will be showing the altar today. She has requested. So, Mataji, I'll spotlight you, Mataji. Now, Hare Krishna. And who will sing the Damodar Ashtakam today? Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I'll sing.
Mataji, can I try?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yes, Shilpa Mataji, you can start.
Yeah,
Hare.
you can spotlight after that.
Tomorrow I'll sing, Mataji. Tomorrow.
Mataji, you want to sing today, Padma Mataji? You can go ahead.
No,
I'll sing tomorrow.
no, it's okay. It's okay. You sing. Doesn't
Okay,
matter.
Hare Krishna.
Okay,
I'll
Mataji,
sing
Padma
tomorrow.
Mataji, I'm sorry. Hare Krishna. Tomorrow you can sing, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, okay.
Is
You
it
need
okay?
to pin
Hare.
Sunila Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, I'll do that now. Is it okay, Mataji? Hare Krishna. You
Hare
all can
Krishna.
sing.
Yes, Mataji, it is
Thank you
fine.
so much.
Very
Yes,
beautiful.
Mataji, you can go. You can start.
नमामीश्वरं सचितानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानं नमामीश्वरं सचितानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानं यशोदाभियोलुकलाजवमानं परामृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृतगोप्या रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रयुग्मं मृजन्तं कराम्भोजयुग्मेन सातकनेत्रम् मुहुश्वासकम्पात्रिरेखाककण्ठा स्थितग्रेवं दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम् इति दृक्स्वलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तम् अख्याम्पयन्तम् तदीयेषितग्नेषु भक्तिर्जितत्वं पुनः प्रेमतस्तं शतावृत्तिवन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षावधिं वा न चन्यं वृणेऽहं वरेशदपीह इदं ते वपुरनाथ गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्य अविस्तरं विमन्ये इदं ते मुखं भोजम् अत्यन्तनीले वृतं कुन्तले स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्ताधरं मे मनस्याविरास्तम् अलम् लक्षलाभ्ये नमो देवदामोदरनन्त विष्णो प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलाब्धिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्याति दिनं बतानु गृहाणेश मामज्ञम् अधिदृश्य कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमृते यद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयश्च न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे स्थितामुदरेह नमस्तेस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाथ विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्य हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण थैंक यू माता जी
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jidisha Mataji and Sunita Mataji. Wonderful altar, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Damodar Ashtakam की जय, दामोदर लीला की जय, यशोदा दामोदर की जय, दामोदर भगवान की जय. Pranams to all Matajis and Prabhujis. Hare Krishna. All glories to you all. Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Mataji, with
Krishna.
all your
Thank you,
permission.
Mataji.
Shall I
Hare
end?
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
थैंक
Hare
यू
Krishna
माता
to
जी
everyone.
थैंक यू
Hare
सुनीता माता
Krishna.
जी
Thank
थैंक
you,
यू
Mataji.
जगदीशा माता
Happy
जी
Ekadashi. Hare